Our last speaker of the day almost needs no introduction, is Akin. He will be doing the speech entitled Failure, Knowledge, and Success Are Cousins. His pathway is presentation mastery. Akin Oni is the senior project executive in the oil and gas industry. He has been with Toastmasters since 2016. He earned his CC and DL credentials in April 2018 and August 2020, respectively. He is the SAA here, the Sergeant at Arms here, and the president at another Toastmasters club. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mincing. Distinguished Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, on one hand, if you can expand your leadership styles, as Ohe articulated quite nicely, and on the other hand, if you can explore, dream, and discover, as Pavitra nicely explained, then my speech tonight is actually just a reminder for you. Les Brown once said, when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Failure can make you feel demoralized, helpless, hopeless, anxious. But I'm here to tell you tonight, you can fight back. By show of hands, how many of you have never failed before? By show of hands, how many of you have never failed before, irrespective of what your definition of failure is? Apparently, we have very honest audience here tonight. Number two, how many of you have never failed more than once? Okay. And the last but not the least, how many of you will not raise their hands no matter what question I ask? Thank you very much. Just pause and think about my questions. Think about them for a moment. Failure does not discriminate. We all fail. At different things at different points in life. While everyone is associated with failure in some form, not every failure event triggers lifetime of benefits. The other point to note is that while you have no control over how people view you when you fail, I'm here to tell you tonight that you have complete control over how you respond. So tonight, I will share with you three things. Number one, three ideas that have enabled me to turn failure to a stepping stone and not a stumbling block, thereby defining their interrelationships of failure, knowledge, and success. Do you want to invest? No money, not a person, but your time. Do you want to be better? Do you want to see return on your investment? I'm also going to share with you three of the many benefits of failure. When you invest in failure, there are benefits. And then the last but not the least, I'm going to give you a call to action. But before I do that, let me tell you a quick life story. About 20 years ago, I had the uncommon privilege of being hired from my Lagos, Nigeria office to be a part of a global project delivery team in Canada. And as we came together as a people, individuals were great. As a professional, individuals fantastic in their professions. As a team, we were just okay. At the end of it all, we were given money to execute a test project. And at the end of that project, we did okay in my world. But the long and short of that story in three areas. Number one, on the people side, we didn't have the right people or enough people rather. Let me put it that way. Enough people early. On the process side, we didn't have processes. We were just kind of learning on the fly. And then in terms of the tools, there was no project management system. We were asked to plan to use the business system. We failed. But we learned from that. We came together real quick, and then we conducted meaningful lessons learned. And those learnings actually catapulted us into developing 2 mega projects, successful projects, back to back. Though you may hear that story and say, okay, yes, that's project, but that is not life. I have failed in life before too, either in investing my own personal money or in managing a relationship with another male friend. You know, I have failed and I could do better in retrospect. Though I have failed in those areas, personal, professional, or business in the past, here are the 3 things that I did that helped me bring myself out of the failure mode. Number 1, I did what I call mindset re-engineering, or some people will call it attitudinal reorientation. If you want to get better, you need to learn that your mind is your weapon. Are you willing and adaptive enough to re-engineer, reorientate your mind so that you can be better, so that you can stop failing? 2, knowledge gap recognition was the other thing that I did in my past, and the need to bridge it. If you don't recognize that gap that drove the failure, you probably won't do anything to bridge the gap. But that was me. I will identify, embrace the failure, I understand the knowledge that I need to glean from there, and then bridge the gap. The 3rd one there is seek help. I am very good at connecting with people who have been in the path that I'm on so that I can learn from them, so that I can learn from their failures, so that I can be better. Seeking help, knowledge gap recognition, and mindset re-engineering. Those are the 3 things that I have done that have worked very well for me in the past. So while failure has allowed me to pivot, and perhaps it has allowed me to course correct, here are the top 3 benefits of failure for me. Number 1, it has helped me as my best teacher. Not experience, but failure is my best teacher, with learnings that are priceless. Number 2, failure has actually helped to build my character. You don't learn when you are up on a mountaintop, but when you're down in the valley, that is where learnings occur. Number 3, failure for me is the recipe for longer term success. Tell me someone today that you can think of who has been successful, who hasn't failed. On a final note, distinguished Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, failure in my world is not the opposite of success. It is the stepping stone to longer term success. In fact, as long as you don't make it a habit, failure is not only good for you, it belongs in the family of knowledge and success. Because without failure, there probably can't be knowledge, and without knowledge, there can't be success. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.